Hello again, everybody. This is Johnny Donovan here with a Rewound preview for you. Let's start right off at the 6 a.m. hour. It's a composite hour with three great DJs. First, we'll hear some HOA.
On New York in the morning right now, 23 minutes to 8:75, cloudy degrees. Nothing takes the place of a Castro convertible when it comes to gaining extra living space instantly. And just think, the other day, if you would have gone out and bought that Castro, you could have had it in your home right now, today. That's right.
Then right into Ron Lundy.
WABC Super Hit 1.
Number one from the All-American Super Hit Survey at 9 minutes past 11. This is Ron Lundy with me, the Association. This is Wendy.
And Chuck Leonard wraps up the 6 o'clock hour.
On WABC, pregame show begins at 10 minutes to 1.
Thank you, Howie, and hey, it's going to be a great Sunday. The greatest in pro ball right here in the afternoon at 77 Jet Power Radio. And then right after that, we'll have the top 100 of 1968 passing again in review on the Chuck Leonard Show. It's from 4 to 9, and we have a fine time.
Get your free copy of WABC's 1968 Super Hits.
Because we're running a little short on 60s material, we're going to repeat a couple of hours from rewounds from many years ago. Here's another one of those expert Rob Frankel restorations. It's Chuck Dunaway from 1961. You'll hear this in the 7 o'clock hour.
Never miss the Charlie Greer Show, 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. on WABC. Right now is the Roundabout of Sound, Chuck Dunaway's show, and here's my man, Bobby Darin. Bobby.
Moving up to 8 a.m., an entire hour of Harry Harrison from 1975.
Morning. I haven't even had a sip of coffee yet. It's such a busy morning. Ran into some ice on the way in. May I have a sip of coffee before we... You haven't had any coffee either. You may have your hot chocolate also. I brought the family in this morning. They're having hot chocolate. All right, just say good morning. Listen. Oh, come on. Say good morning to everybody. Good morning. Okay, thank you very much. That's Patty. I want to introduce everybody. Oh, by the way, it's 7 minutes after 6. Good morning. I am Harry Harrison with Coffee, Music, Traffic, Weather, and the family this month. Bring them in once a year. Patty Ann is over there. You see her in the corner? All right, that's Patty Ann. And this is Michael here. And Patrick. They're twins. And you are? BJ Bryan. Okay, now that's it. You don't say anything for the rest of the day, all right? Okay, and the bathroom, you know, is down the hallway.
That was a very touching moment for many reasons. Then we move on to 9 a.m., our mystery guest, who's not such a great mystery anymore.
Neil Powell for Drive a Mazda. Visit one of the 28 Mazda dealers in the greater New York area for a test drive.
Imus in the morning.
9 till 10 in New York. I'm the great Imus in the morning. Say hallelujah.
I don't care if the rain don't breeze as long as I got my plastic Jesus right on the dashboard of my car.
Make sure you're up by 9 a.m., and then we move on to 10 and 11 o'clock. We'll have 2 hours of Bob Lewis from 1964.
He's an All-American.
And he's loaded with gold.
On 77 WABC.
Time slide working, die variable people for it's your set for the past. 1960 gold we're going to play. It comes from the Imperials in Little A. Tears on My Pillow. Old Dust and Gold Dust from the Grooveyard to you from the Big Daddy, Babaloo.
At noon, Jim Nettleton joins us from 1969.
I think if you're going to start, you might as well start at the top, right? That's number 1 at WABC from the Archie, Sugar Sugar, which by now you know. 10:03, some gold from Stevie.
Newly restored by Rob Frankel for this year, by the way. That's Jim Nettleton. And then we move on at 1 o'clock to Chuck Leonard, counting down the top 100 of 1968.
WABC Super Hit of the Year, number
65. Sergio Mendes, Brazil, 66. The Fool on the Hill.
Thought it'd be fun to lean a little heavier on the 60s material this year, so we're going to go all the way back to the beginning of the 60s, 1960, for Martin Block in the 2 o'clock hour, followed a little bit later during that hour by Dan Ingram from 1962.
Ready to continue from the Make Believe Ballroom, reporting the 24 top records in the country to you. This is Martin Block in the Crystal Studio. We have the cash box list of best-selling records here in our hot little hand, and we have a lot of postcards around us. We're going to be handing out more Easter bouquets, so stick around. And number 22 last week, moving up to number 17, The Crests and Step by Step.
At 3, a combo hour. First, it kicks off with Bruce from 1972, and a little later in that hour, Chuck Leonard from 1974.
Morning is broken, everybody. This is Bruce Morrow in New York City in the evening. Morning breaks with Harry Harrison.
Then a very interesting hour. Bob Lewis over on the FM side on WABC FM in 1968, introducing a new LP that everybody was excited about.
Okay, new Beatle album. Fidelity is not out of sight on this, but I think the music is excellent, at least in many parts. You make your own decision about that. I will have to cut in on the cuts occasionally in order to protect our sister station. Same thing we went through before, right? And we will be cutting our stereo beacon because this is in monophonic low fidelity, and therefore it becomes necessary to so do to live up to FCC regulations. Are you ready? Stereo beacon, go off. How does that feel? All right, here we go. In glorious monophonic sound, here are the Beatles.
Then at 5, an hour well worth waiting for, 1963, and the legendary, at the top of his game, better than ever, Dan Ingram.
There you go, a little bit of Wipeout done by the Safaris, brought to you by the makers of World War III, ladies and gentlemen. 92 degrees right now in New York Town, 3 minutes past 3 o'clock.
Safe, reliable no-dose. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you very large there. I thought there was going to be music on the end of that, but there wasn't, which means that I'm fired. Thank you very much.
77 WABC.
Coming to you from an old Edison cylinder, this WABC, the #1 sound in New York Town.
Well, we don't get those muddy cart machines anymore with the new technology. Then again, we don't get Dan Ingram anymore either, so you win some, you lose some. There's our quick review of Memorial Day 2008, our Rewound special, an exclusive preview just for you. Thanks for listening.